Okay, I will call the meeting to order for the Stormwater Board. Do a roll call. Donnie Meyer here,
Jerry Kelly here.
and I assume that Aaron is not.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
So we have a quorum. Looking at previous minutes. I make a motion to approve them.
Second,
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? They passed. Nothing on old business, new business, Elm Street drain update.
Okay,
Scott.
so I don't have any pictures, but we all know that it starts, this stormwater project that we starts, the upstream is at Elm Street, runs along the railroad bed. It's an old legal drain and an old town drain. And then it crosses Main Street and then dumps into a town legal drain that's that open ditch there. That's now between Arabian Point and then Kyle Smith's house. The project is completed. The only thing left to do as far as construction is the contractor took out trees, bushes on Jay Gardner's property, and those have to be replaced. We need to reimburse Bob Post for a couple of fruit trees. And then there was the contractor knocked out some property stakes. I think Jake Gardner's is the only ones. Oh, Berline property. They're the little house on Elm in the back corner of the drain. Those property stakes were knocked out too. So those will be replaced. That's the only thing left to do. The project. So the purpose of this meeting is to let you know that we've substantially completed the project and we're about ready to close out the final invoice. And before we do that, I just wanted to see if you guys had any comments or things that we're not aware of that we need to do before we close out the project. So the engineer's estimate on this project was $538,000. The bid came in at $457,000. We hit rock and had to do some other revisions. So we had the amended change orders of $163,000. Final project cost was $620,000. So it ran over basically $80,000, and that $80,000 was just so happens is roughly about the extra amount that we had to pay the contractor for when we hit the rock. So Scott Rescue's lesson learned is we are always going to hit rock.
You are. It doesn't matter.
The other bids we did get, just so you know, USC was 457, BL Brown was 530,000. SLB Pipe Solution was 698,000, and Conexco was 723,000. So revenues for the stormwater fee for June. So we get two reports, June and January. From the property tax fee, the fee on the property tax bill, it came in 100,000 more than last year. And that's because we added a bunch of parcels from the Carrot Glen and Huntsinger farms. Because of me, a lot of those parcels could have been added last year and they weren't. Remember? Because Stephanie had to do the work to scramble to get them back on there. Yeah.
So you add those when the house is built, or
Okay, so it is due. So the way the stormwater fee, when it's an open field, like a developer owns the open field, it is just a flat fee of $144, $12 a month times 12, $144, right? Cause it's an open developed field. Then when it gets subdivided, even though it's subdivided, it's still an open field, so it falls under that. So until it becomes a um. A parcel that is sold with a house on it, when that happens, they get assigned a parcel number. When they get assigned the parcel number, that's when we go back in. And that's when we start charging them, and we start charging on January 1st, just to make the administration easier on us. We just start on January 1st. So if a house was assigned a parcel in July, a parcel number in July, we wait until January 1st, and then they'll be on, and it's not like property tax, they will be on the roll. And our mistake was, it was a new program for us relatively. We didn't give the county the new parcels early enough so that it was loaded on for the tax bills that come out in May. Cause they start loading in January, wasn't it? So we know what we're doing now. So that's all I want to do is get this before you guys real quick, dirty, but it's a Rollins. Yeah. So I think it went really well. The next phase is to reconstruct Elm Street in whole. It's not a drainage project per se, but then part of that project is also reconstruction of Main Street, and on the east side. When we do that, we'll put in a couple more inlets and connect into this new pipe that we're putting in. And then the next phase of construction that will happen around there is that pipe that we stopped at Elm Street and went south or downstream, put in the new, which is this project. Then we're gonna go up, replace the pipe that runs right against the lumber yard. And then go take that and run the new line all the way up basically to Sophie's Bagels. That line, and then connect anything that we got connected along the line. Since we started the design on Elm Street, this project that we just did, the cammering we did, that line has collapsed, probably because of construction on the remodeling of lumberyard. Something triggered it, and we've got a collapse in there. So
is that project gonna interfere with the drive-through?
no, it'll be on, the whole pipe it'll go along that property line. That's a good question. That is your property. Can you, well, you're renting it, right?
Yeah.
Is there any way we could connect to the town's GIS or the county's GIS?
Well, she's doing that. You said you're only gonna run to Sophie's Bagels. There's an issue with water right here at this corner. Why wouldn't you run another half a block and pick up this corner?
Because it's gonna pick it up at Sophie's Bagels.
Okay. I just know that this drain out here doesn't work.
No. So it'll run downstream, open channel. And then pick it up at Sophie's Bagel.
Okay.
That saves us a lot of piping, right? I mean, maybe the engineers will come back and go, maybe you should run it right there at the intersection. But the drainage basin stops right here. Once
Correct.
you
It just
get to the
puddles
middle
right
of
in front
town, right,
Headbangers.
it
Right
goes
in
this
the
way.
crosswalk.
Yeah. So it goes this way. And then
Goes that way.
that way,
Yes.
and then that way. Then the next drainage project online is to improve in front of the fire station. So those, right. We may, if this looks like this is flowing really well, even though it's collapsed because now it's got new pipe downstream. We may jump to Broadway
To
and
the fire station?
to the fire station next. Right? But it's been flowing pretty good, right? I mean, lately,
Last
Did it
rain,
flood?
Yep.
Okay. So, oh, did you guys, you know about it? You saw what Ricky and his crew did in front of, Falls Perk?
Yeah, that's, seems to be much better.
I saw it in, I've been on vacation for 2 weeks, but I did catch a heavy rain and it looked like it was taking everything. The pipe wasn't very big because we had that much cover.
Sorry,
rock
I
right away.
texted you while you were on vacation. I didn't know you were on vacation.
I don't
I
even
called
remember.
him, so it didn't matter.
What,
I texted you and I don't know. I asked
what
you
was the
something
question?
about-
I don't even remember it.
I don't
Oh, I worked during vacation. I had to because my wife scheduled 2 weeks and I only had a week left. Yeah, and then we're gonna pave out front here, just so you know. It's gonna happen here within days,
Oh, okay.
so. And Ricky, they hurried to hurry up, put the drain in before it got paved, right, resurfaced, so that they would resurface over it, so it'll look really nice. And then the only thing left to do is we gotta get Bryce Owens to hook up to that drain. His roof drain, hook up to that pipe that flows right into the last, they put in 2 inlets. So the most north or south inlet.
I've had 3 or 4 people ask me. The drain in front of down here by Bruce's building, that's about that deep. Can that get raised up soon? It's right along the curb,
What street are we on?
On High
Pelham
Street?
Avenue,
Oh,
no, Pelham Avenue,
okay.
where. No,
Oh, because it's rough on the car.
yeah, I mean, it's deep.
Yeah, so when we reconstruct Elm Street, those inlets right there at Elm and Pendleton Avenue in
Right.
front that'll all be redone. I'll talk to Ricky about if we can do something in the meantime,
That one just needs to be,
just raised.
because
It's-
I'm telling
it's
you,
sinking.
it's getting worse.
Yeah, it's sinking.
And I don't know who's responsible if some teenage person drives in, and breaks a wheel. I mean, it is, when you go home, take a look at that.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, we probably need to do something. So anyway, it's a good thing you asked about that, because when we redo Elm Street, there'll be a storm line that runs to Pendleton Avenue. We'll pick up all that water, because that's a bad spot too, right?
Yeah.
They'll pick up that water and then run it to the new pipe. So that's all I had.
Okay.
So I gained 100,000 in the June report and lost 80,000 of the project. That never happens at Falkirk Regional Waste District, does it?
Jerry, did you have anything else?
I don't.
Then I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we are adjourned.
So you got 8 new firefighters, so
Yes.